All right, so I just drew this up right now, and I just wanted to share my vision, my recent vision I had. Um, I haven't had visions in a very, very, very long time. Um, so when I received this vision, I was honored to have even received it because I know I don't deserve it. And the only reason why I hadn't seen um, visions in a while was because He started to view my heart. And my heart, when I would speak about my visions, I started to like own my visions a little bit when they're not from me, they're not mine. It's not from my power. I have no power. And because the heart is so desperately wicked and evil, um, I started to let some of that sink in a little bit. When I would tell people my visions, I started speaking as if they were from me and I'm something a little special, and I wasn't even really realizing that. But God saw it and He took away all my visions for a very long time. And He recently gave me this one. So I'm going to go ahead and speak about it. Um, One night I laid into bed. It was probably about 11 p.m. or so. And I'm laying with my little one and putting her to sleep. And I close my eyes and I start praying. And all of a sudden I had seen this demonic face. And it didn't have any eyeballs. It had eye sockets. And it didn't have any teeth, but the mouth was like wide open. And it was like coming towards me. It was just a face. It was like black and red toned colors. And then it disappeared. And then I saw these hands. And I try to draw these hands as big as possible, but it just does not, it just can't compare from what I've seen. So this is a vision that I saw after I saw that weird demon. Um, I saw God's hands. And no, this isn't Jesus. This is God the Father. And I saw His hands. They were very massive, massive, massive. I try to draw from the best of my ability, my memory, but I couldn't. And then on the very top, as you can see here, is just a big ball of light. So he was so bright, I could barely see his shoulders. And he had his hands out past the clouds. So it's like he was in the clouds or he was the clouds. And I just remembered seeing him pointing downward, and I knew that it was the earth that he was pointing down to. So I don't understand it, but that's what I saw. So I saw his great big masculine arms and hands. They were a lot bigger than this and very, very detailed. Probably more like a bodybuilder, but even more severe. And so, yeah, that's what I saw. He didn't have a face, or yeah, his face is somewhere in that light, but you can't really tell because there was so much light coming from him. And you were able to see his shoulders, but it was so bright. Like, not even the lines. There is no darkness in him. He was just filled with light, like trying to look at a cloud and trying to find shadow in a cloud. That's how bright God was in his arms. And I knew this wasn't Jesus either. This was God. And um, I didn't see any clothing or any seams of clothing at all. That's just what I saw, his arms. Now, when I saw Jesus, I seen in my visions, and in my yeah, well, I didn't have dreams about him, but I had only straight visions. I would see him with robe kind of coming down here, kind of just draping along the way, but he was tailored. And his strength was like a horse, But this one, God the Father, was as strong as a bodybuilder, but if not 10 times as much. So that's what I saw. And then to my knowledge, he was pointing towards the whole earth. So he's pretty big. If you can kind of see what I had seen, here's us. Here's all the water. This is just what I look at when I see these things. And his arms. I mean, he can just pick it up like a ball. But then again, does no justice. He was a lot bigger than that. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And also, real quick, I just wanted to share some of my rocks, just so you guys can see if any of you are artists as well. I'm just going to go ahead and share this real quick. These are probably just like the last ones that I made. I make a bunch and then I go and hand them out. But as you can see, I just write with permanent marker. The gospel, let's see right here too. This one, I have no idea what happened. I don't know if I painted it. I drew it out in pink and I don't know if some water got into it. So now I'm assuming that these permanent markers are not as permanent as I thought. So I'm going to have to seal those. But yeah, you can see here that that's got a little nicked. But yeah, so you guys can see just kind of a little quick example. I got rid of all the best ones of what I do. So see, just something to grab their attention so that they can go home, grab their phones and just look up, these verses, get a little bit of food inside their spiritual bellies. This right here is probably about 10 years old. And I had it for a very long time and there is no scripture on there, but I'm going to put scripture on there and give it away. So yeah, this is about 10 years old. See how it seals pretty well. I just put some clear nail polish and it stays forever pretty much. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you guys. That is my vision. I was so happy when I saw it too. I was like so thrilled when I saw that. So I don't know. I don't know what this means, but God is always up to something. But it's always for the benefit of our good. So, all right, you guys, that's what I want to show you guys today. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.